Hi folks, so I'm here for your new moon forecast. So I'm feeling a little bit spaced out, I will admit. And actually that is the energy of the dark moon. So when we're in the dark moon, this is like a really lucid time of the moon cycle, a time of dreaming. It's like a portal of visioning and dreaming. Also, the fact is I'm premenstrual, so I go into that phase. It's common to feel a little bit lucid and a little bit spaced out just before your period, if anyone relates. So I am in that space right now. So the new moon in Pisces is happening on the 28th of February at 44 minutes past midnight. That's GMT time, and it's going to be at 9 degrees and 40 seconds. So if you know you have planets around 5 degrees or up to 13 degrees of Pisces or the other fixed energies, then this new moon will affect you more. So essentially, the energy's been ramping up. I just talked about Mars going direct. So we've had Mars going direct, which is forward momentum. You may have felt like things were stagnant in your projects and things that you may have put out there this year. They will start to move forwards. So we've got that, but we have got a lot of planets in Pisces at the time of this new moon. Everything is there. And you know, sometimes when I do love the water because it is the sensitivity. It teaches us about empathy and compassion, and that is Pisces really stands for those qualities. And I really think that if we can all be more compassionate with ourselves and others, the world will be a much better place. Like, compassion is one of my core values, and I really think we can also ask ourselves, how can I be more compassionate with myself today? Wherever you are, always check in with yourself and ask that question. Because when we're in the watery depths, our emotions can feel really intense and deep. And sometimes we don't know what we need if we're just swimming in that ocean, which Pisces likes to do. So make sure you have boundaries or like some sort of structure in your day over this new moon. I know this morning I was feeling tired, so I had my cacao, did some meditation, then I did a few tasks, then I had a rest, and so I'm kind of a bit like that. With the water energy, it's about flowing with your energy. Where does it want to go? And the Pisces energy does really help us to connect more deeply with our intuition. So if you do any meditation, that kind of inner work, often visions are more vivid. You might get like vivid dreams. Really pay attention, because I always think these are messages from our subconscious. They might not always make sense, but it is those visions and those feelings, those sensations, they are communicating with you for a reason. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So be aware of boundaries as well. Like, this is Pisces likes to see everything as connected, which is a beautiful quality, but not when we say yes to everything. So this is really about coming back to your heart, back to your truth, and noticing when you get drained. Who is draining you? What situations are draining you? Because a new moon is a new beginning. This is about sowing new seeds. What do you want to create at this time? And I often find clues. You'll find clues or like little nudges from your intuition if you create space in that dark moon before the new moon. So a couple of days before the new moon is a really good time to just check in with yourself and do a little meditation, go on a little journey. Silence, I found, is so powerful. Silence is where we connect with our deep wisdom. So this energy is really calling us to turn inwards, to connect with that spiritual realm within us, and also just allow those visions, those ideas to simmer away. Pisces is very creative sign, is very intuitive, and I believe we're all intuitive. We just have to learn how to connect with our intuition and listen to it. And by the way, the clue is in your moon sign. If you know your moon sign, you will start to get a feel of how your intuition speaks to you. So we also have Mercury is, no, not Mercury, sorry. Saturn is in a trine to Mars at this new moon as well. So that's actually really good, because Saturn is all about having those boundaries, having some sort of structure. So with it being in Pisces is not really a happy place, but Saturn trine Mars is actually going to help us with that forward momentum. So Mars direct is like, okay, our fire's been stoked, right? What are the projects, what are the ideas that we're really going to channel our energy in, that we're going to channel that fire into, that we feel alive about? And this Saturn there is going, okay, well, what structure do I need in place to support that project, to move it forwards, to grow that thing, right? So just support yourself with a system or a container. I know a lot of creative people don't like the word structure. So that is a really supportive energy. And I'm getting it's about like that elder wisdom. Often in our society, we shun the older generations away, but actually they have so much wisdom. They've lived for longer, so they're wiser. Maybe not all of them, but it's also an invitation to connect. If you have older ancestors alive, if not, connect with them in meditation, because I have a feeling that is going to really help you move those projects forwards. Maybe it's receiving guidance from those healed, wise and well ancestors, those ones that have been before you, to help move those projects ahead and actually connect with the heart and soul of them. Because if we go gung-ho and go, I'm just going to launch that thing, it's like, okay, well, why am I doing this? Coming back to, who am I serving doing this? Why am I doing this? What is the purpose? And who do I want to help in this? So that will really help those visions be more nourished by that water. Yeah. Also tricky, we've got Venus in a square to Mars. So it's almost an inner conflict between what we feel, what we need, our values, which is Venus, and Mars, what we desire, what motivates us, what gets us up in the morning. So you may feel an inner conflict. They're very different energies. It's like polarity in a relationship. The masculine and feminine always, is there in that relationship, whether it's two men, a man and female, there is always a masculine feminine pull. And we need that polarity. We need that friction and that kind of tension to create a spark. So there's something here about feeling into, are your actions really aligned with your values? Are those visions and ideas that you want to channel energy into, are they actually aligned with what you most deeply care about, what your deepest truth is? Does it align with your love language? If it's compassion and collaboration is part of it, can you bring that into those things that you are hosting? Can't get my words out, see. This is the dark me. This is my premenstrual phase, that's why. Yeah. And also this new moon is in a square with Jupiter. So, or you may feel this sense of like, we're really wanting to grow and expand, but it's not quite time yet. So hold your horses. Of course, we're always expanding, but we can't rush the journey, and that might just require a little bit more patience. Patience around what you've learned. Maybe you're learning something, you're studying something, and you're seeking growth in that area. You're seeking an opportunity, but that's not quite landing yet. It may be then that's where the frustration may be. So you probably get more clarity after this new moon, when the new moon starts to grow in light. Yeah, but there is a lot of water energy this new moon. So we are in the feeling realm, we're in the fluid realm. Move with your emotions, move gently, and get creative. Listen to those nudges within, because your inner world always knows the truth. Trust yourself, loves. Trust. Happy new moon.